righty. Oh, look at my hair. Hi, Julie. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Maria. Great. So lots of people are watching. I'm Renee, and I'm the Practical Shaman, and we're going to get started right away here with the Welcome to the 21-Day Journal Challenge. And for those of you who this is your first adventure with us, I'm Renee Baribeau, and I'm the Practical Shaman. And being a shaman, I take instructions from the wind on how to do this. And today the winds were telling me that this is the largest group that's ever gathered for one of my challenges. There's over 230 people in this challenge, which means by tomorrow I'm sure we'll have 250, 260 people working together for one common cause. So what I'm doing is I'm smudging, and I'm creating a circle with this smudge. I'm clearing any energy that you're bringing to this group that you think that you might know what you're going to be doing, or that you've got preconceived notions. Let's let it all go with the smudge. This is sage that I collected up the hill, and it's sacred. One of the things that I was informed about was that there's so many people, and people have a lot of heaviness and a lot of density at the moment. And it's not all ours. Let's see, there's someone saying something. Hold on. If you write something, I have to put my glasses on to read it. Oh, all right. Hi, Patty. And so that they're saying that where there's a lot of heaviness, a lot of density in the world at the moment. And so the clearing is part of that. And the other part of it was that I was asked today to actually cook. And so I made some street taco meat, because we need to offer a plate of our food to the spirits who are going to be watching over us. These wind spirits are going to be watching us as we do this journaling challenge. And let me just talk about the nature of challenge. And challenge means that there's going to be winds here at play. There's trade winds, which those are the winds we love. Those are the winds that take us effortlessly across those pages of our journal every morning, or in the evening if you prefer to do evening journaling. And those are the days that 3 pages seem like, wow, I can't believe that I had all of that in me and it just came out so effortlessly. But remember, this is a challenge. So you're going to get some crosswinds. And what's a crosswind? A crosswind is going to come across your journal, and it's going to stall your pen midair, and you're not even going to know what the next thought is, know what the next thing to write is. This is the nature of challenge. If life was only a trade wind, we'd all be exactly where we want to be all the time. However, sailors understand that sometimes there's other forces at work. Then you might even get stalled in a headwind or a no wind. A headwind is when that wind's coming at you with such force. And actually, sailors understand that you can use that wind to even move faster through that. But that was going to take some self-reflection. All right? And then those doldrums, those no winds. And how many of you, and you can express yourself with hearts or likes or whatever, how many people here have felt like they've been in the doldrums? And the doldrums are actually a place in the south of the equator where there is no wind. And Aristotle, on his early compass in the 1500s, actually had 2 places of no wind, in the southeast and in the southwest. And during those times, sailors would actually offload livestock and things so that not all the animals starved, they didn't starve, because in those periods of time, and we have those in our life, we have to wait for the wind to shift. Okay, so that's the nature of the challenge, and it's called a challenge because it's not going to be always smooth sailing. What this group does is we have this big circle of over 200 people who are going to hold space for each other, because wherever 2 or more people are gathered together, there's more love, there's more energy, there's more vibrancy. And this Wind Clan, and I want to thank everyone who's a member of the Wind Clan and all of our new members for holding space for this Wind Clan, for this 21-day journal challenge, and also they hold space over, I do a winter solstice celebration. Last year they all held a fire, or many people did, and we're going to do that again in December. So if you want to tend to the fire, stay tuned with us at the Wind Clan. But when people are holding each other up in community, we have the ability to change. We have the ability to change ourselves, which is, in my vision, is the most important thing that we can change, because as we heal ourselves, our projections out into the world are a lot clearer, and people can then see their way clearly through the fog when no wind is blowing, or the winds are blowing strong, or there's side winds or crosswinds, and then they can take those trade winds and go exactly where it is that they're hoping to end up. And that's what the nature of the journal challenge is about, because there are 5 dynamic winds of creativity, which I'm not going to get too deep into in this work. If you really want to know about the dynamics of creativity, take one of my 5-week programs or join me in Omega, but that's not what this is about. This is about diving deeply into your own creative juices. And how do we do that? And how will the group assist? Well, the group's going to assist by holding space. Every day I will post an image, and sometimes they're funnier, sometimes my cat loves to journal, will be on the wall. And it's a great place where you can add your experience to the wall, to the group. And not everybody likes to share that way. Last time I got some beautiful emails from people about the experience they were having when they were journaling. Now remember, there's 250 people in this journal challenge, so I can't give everyone one-on-one and attention all the time. So my answers might be quick, short. Just know that I'm reading what you say. I love it on the wall. I love it in an email. However, and Sami loves it too, she says. And so keep those emails coming, because that's how you keep engaged. Let me tell you about the Wind Clan group. So a lot of people sometimes are feeling a little vulnerable when they start exposing those underbellies of what's in those deeper thoughts. Well, the Wind Clan is a closed group. What does that mean? It means that people can find the group, but people can't read the group unless they're a member of the group. So you can feel a little bit safer here. If you don't PM me your concern or email me. However, I try to keep this group as a sacred container. We're creating a sacred space when we blow in these winds today. And you'll find that there's a great group of people in here, and they're really, really well connected. And there's a lot of people who've been doing wind work now for, I don't know, 1.5 years, 2 years. So they'll be here helping as we go too. I suggest getting a brand new clean journal. Why? Because sometimes if we have a journal that's already half full, we don't really set aside what was going on there so that we can create new ideas. But I'm not one to waste. So if you have an old journal that you want to start this challenge in, by all means. On the wall I showed all kinds of different journals. On the Wind Clan wall I showed all kinds of different journals. I personally prefer a spiral college bound because I've stacked up boxes and boxes over the years. Personally, I've been journaling since I was 11. On and off, when I was writing a book, wasn't journaling as much, but over the years I have. So every day, you'll be getting a prompt, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set them to go out at 1 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, so that there's a lot of people in Europe taking this, and they're 9 hours ahead, so they can get it in the morning. So when you get up, you can either read the prompt later or not, because I'm trying personally to put my computer aside so that I don't look at my text, I don't look at my cell phone, I don't look at my computer until after I've journaled. Because I don't know if you're like me, but once you get into the minutia of seeing who texted you in the middle of the night or who messaged you, the journaling gets skewed. You don't get the clean flow of thoughts, or not flow of thoughts as the day might be, when you do that. And also, this morning, I've been journaling for a few days to be ahead of the group, and I had dreams. And the first couple of days, I couldn't catch the dreams. But today, the dreams started to reveal themselves to me. So I actually leave the first line up for the dream, and I always leave the last lines on the 3 pages for my gratitude. And you might reverse it, but the idea is to get a clean piece of paper every day, sit down and write 3 pages. At some point during the day, read the prompt that you're going to get, and sometimes it's inspiration from other journalers, other times it's a little short video. I think I do wind knots. I teach you how to do a wind walk. There's lots of different ways that we play through this together. All right? And then finally, we have the winds with us. So I don't know if you know, I'm a wind whistler. I wrote the book Winds of Spirit. It was published by Hay House in February. And the winds they have an amazing sense of humor. This week's wind, every week I pull a collective wind. And this week the wind was Dakota. And this morning when I was preparing for this talk, I went back to last year's journal challenge, which ended on the summer solstice, or which began on the summer solstice, and this one's ending on the summer solstice with a ceremony. I reversed it because the windwork system is based on this idea that if you are aligned to nature, that in the spring you plant seeds for 2018, you plant your seeds, and then in the summer you're tending to those shoots, those plants that are growing. The corn, they say if the corn's knee-high by July, you're going to get a great crop. I live in the desert, so we get corn early June, so that doesn't quite fit in with that. But however, your crops are growing. The seeds you planted in the spring are starting to sprout up. They're starting to grow. It requires tending. It requires weeding. There's nothing like the journal challenge to weed out those old unwanted thoughts, where you can appreciate yourself a little more, that you can give yourself kudos for what you've actually done well this year, and then you can see where there's still some weeding to do in order to get towards your fall harvest, because in the harvest we want to make sure we can collect up enough of our crops so that we make it through the long, cold winter. All right? So are people with me? Give me some love here. Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. So if you're with me, let me know. Otherwise, I'll answer the questions later. So in this system, the journal challenge is going to come now, where we're getting ready for the full summer day. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's winter, but you could still be hibernating and doing it in reverse. And I'm loving all the love. Thank you. That's great. And so we're tending to our plants. And a lot of people did the 5-week course with me. And so they've got goals and they've got action plans. So this is a good time to really hone in and see how those action steps that you said you were going to take are doing. But some of you are just new here, and you can just write your heart away and see how well you do with this idea of challenge. Trust me, you will learn as much from not writing as you will from writing. Back to the winds of spirit that are going to help us on this. I'm going to call to all 4 directions of the winds, but the wind that I picked this week for the collective was Dakota, and that's the Polish wind of compassion. What that reminds me is that we need to have our compassion for ourselves as we do this work. This isn't a work to get that whip out and beat yourself for not journaling. It's how can I compassionately show up and appreciate myself every single day by writing a few pages in my journal, and maybe taking an artist day and maybe re-engaging my creativity. As you see behind me, this is a painting I made. I haven't been painting for a while, and a lot of people think I should be painting my own wind cards. And so my goal with the journaling is try to open up those creative channels. Those sticks hanging, I painted those several years before I learned how to paint a canvas. But for creativity, I've been opening up, preparing my house for a space to paint, a space to write the next book. So whatever it is that you are holding as your vision to why you want to do this journal, what's important enough for you to set aside, 15 minutes every single day for the next 21 days, what we're going to do is we're going to invite those winds in to help you hold that vision for yourself. Are you with me? Let me know you're here. Okay. And Sami, you can just wait. She likes to pipe in when we're filming. I'm going to call into Dagoda, and we're going to call Dagoda from the east, which is about our beliefs. We're going to call Dagoda from the south, which is about our emotions, from the west, which is about those dreams that we're holding to harvest in the fall, and to the north, which is about our spiritual self, this part of our soul that's revealed to us the deeper we go into our writing. All right, so after this, I'm going to put out the spirit plate for these winds, and maybe you might want to put out a spirit plate tonight for the winds that are going to help you through this. Maybe you want to light some incense like I did, or the sage, and clear your space. And one thing about space is you may want to let your family know that you're going to be taking some extra time for yourself over these next 3 weeks in order to grow your plants, to grow your garden, to really come into full bloom this summer. All right, let's call into Dagoda. Close your eyes and receive the energy of Dagoda coming in through the top of your head. And this next one is going to be about your beliefs. What are your beliefs about how you hold compassion for yourself? And in the next one, you want to bring in Dagoda and see Dagoda filling out and spreading around this whole circle, that we hold a circle of compassion for each other as we share on the wall, that we feel safe, that we feel honored, and that we feel like it's a good thing for us to share. And we're going to call Dagoda from the south. And we're going to have compassion for any emotions or any emotional healing or needs or desires that get expressed on these pages that need tending this summer. Again, we're going to bring in Dagoda into our bodies, into ourselves. And let Dagoda connect us to the roots, connect us to the earth. And we're going to ask Dagoda to compassionately let us feel what it is we need to feel as we work through these pages. And we're going to ask Dagoda to help us hold compassion as the feeling for this group, that we're all at different places, but we're all the same. So we're going to call to Dagoda to help us hold each other with an open and loving heart. And Dagoda reminds me that the way we do that in our circle, in the Wind Clan, is that we respond as if it was my experience. We don't try to fix people. We don't try to judge people. We just allow them to share and be seen without reflecting back to them or thinking that we have some information that's going to fix them. Nobody needs fixing. We're all perfect right as we are. Let's call to Dakota from the west. And this is about what we're going to harvest when we have 21 pages of, or actually 63 pages of journaling. What we're going to harvest, how our harvest is going to be different this fall. And we're going to ask Dakota to come in and to share this wealth of abundance with everybody in the group so that we may all experience this opening, this ability to scribble, this ability to manifest through our scribbling. And we're going to ask Dakota to help keep our space sacred. And as we call to Dakota from the north wind, we're going to ask that we appreciate ourselves in this sacredness, that we hold this journey to be a spiritual journey of self-revelation and expansion. And we ask that this experience is that way for all. For all the people who have yet to be attracted to this journey, and all of the people who are here holding sacred space together. It's the container of all of you that makes this challenge work. Wow. And our sacred circle is now open. And I'm so honored to be a witness and to be a participant and to share in this sacred journey of exploration as we tend to our seeds that we've planted this year. And may they all grow corn for you. I'm Renee, and I'm the Practical Shaman. And this will be in your email in tomorrow morning, along with a few little journaling instructions. And please join me on the wall every day and let me know how it's going. Let everyone know how it's going. I'm loving all the love, the hearts. Can you hear Sami? She's just making a racket. All right. We'll see you all soon. Blessings.